Oh, don't
And
forget to
we're
unmute.
back. Uh, Kelly and Tom with Aidan Sensiba, creator of the sea level simulation. I'll turn it over to you guys.
So, Aiden, do you have any other, I guess, introductions for yourself that you'd like to give before I start hitting you with questions?
Uh, no, not really.
Okay, cool. Just before I start talking, I want to make sure you've got whatever you got to say. Um, so this struck me as particularly interesting because it was very much like not a game, but it is interactive media, so it certainly qualifies. But it
Mhm.
piqued my interest in that sense. First question would be, I guess, did you arrive at this topic yourself? Was this like a professor pitched topic? Why rising sea level simulation? How did you get here?
Well, I mean, we kind of like had a bunch of back and forth between me and my advisors, but it is kind of a self-pitch project
Very
that
cool.
way.
Okay. Very cool. Okay. Uh, And then I guess the follow up from that is I found that this game was made in Game Maker, which is unusual
Mhm.
for the IMGD department because they push Unreal very hard. At least that was my experience when I was there. It's like Unreal is the engine. Everything you're going to write isn't going to be in C++. I don't even know if they taught blueprints at the time, but like everything was very go forward with Unreal, which suggests to me that you had an aptitude or desire to use this engine on your own. And I'm curious also how you, I guess, got there as well. How do you arrive at that engine?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't want to use Unreal because, I don't think it would be very conducive for this type of project
It would be
compared to Game
overkill, I would
Maker.
think, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm familiar with Game Maker. I know how to code in it. Like I have technical programming knowledge, but I'm not like super good with like low level languages and stuff. So, I've been using Game Maker since I was like 12 years old.
Excellent, excellent. That's
I
cool.
just thought it gets the job done. The
Yep,
visualization, that's
Yeah,
essentially what
that
it is at the
definitely makes
core.
sense.
no, that's definitely good. You want to pick your tools for the job. There's no need to have Unreal's like 4K ready, ultra good motion blur shaders for a like
Yeah. Maybe for
topographical
the next
simulation.
MQP.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that there's a diversity of skill set coming out of the department. It's not just
Thank you.
everybody knows how to use Unreal. Kelly, do you have any questions on that front or on any front, I guess?
Yeah, so the data sets that you pulled from, are they constantly changing? And if so, do you see like any potential in having the information update over time as rising sea levels change over the course of the years?
Yeah. Well, the data set I got was from like 2010 or something. I mean, there are different data sets, so they varied, but around that time, yeah, I think like I plan to make the code for this open source so it can be used as a framework for me or other people to expand off of. And I definitely think as time goes on, you know, newer, better climate science and predictions should be put into it and new data
Very cool.
since, yeah, I think it's climate's a dynamic thing, so should the project be.
I love to hear about
Yeah,
open source contributions. That's very good.
we love open source.
We're
Very
big
good.
open source fans over here. That's very cool. That's very cool. Um, I guess in a less technical type of question, kind of similar to what we just asked the previous team, you are, I guess, uncharacteristically a solo dev for an MQP, which I don't believe is particularly common. Uh, do you feel like you were impeded in any way by having to be remote, I guess, away from your advisors or tech on campus? How's that impacted or not impacted your process?
Well, it's certainly different, but since like my game is mostly developed for mostly developed for online,
Mm-hmm.
like to play in your browser.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just had Zoom calls with my advisors when we need to discuss something, and I could send them the GitHub link for the
Cool.
files. So, yeah, I think this project is kind of it's okay in the remote era. I didn't think it was that much of an impediment, honestly.
That's good. That's good. Kelly, anything else? What do you got?
Um, let's see. I had the thought and I lost it.
Awesome.
um, let's see. I guess like what are the next steps? Like, I know you mentioned that you want to put it up as open source for other researchers and programmers to play around with it. Um, I guess anything beyond that?
Uh, well, I think that's the main thing. I do want to like, clean up the code and stuff and make it more readable and easily modified for other people to use. But besides that, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just smooth out the animations of the coastline and stuff. But I think it's mainly just, passing it off to other people who want to do more stuff with it.
For sure, for sure. When I saw it, I like the first thought I had was how cool it would be for this to be displayed at like the Boston Aquarium, where you're like directly at the harbor and you can see how I guess where the sea levels would be, um, and like in comparison to you, I guess as somebody there.
You
I
just
think
need
that
to
would be really
plop
cool.
a "You Are Here" sticker right in the center of that map.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking like this is another thing that I didn't have time for, but like you could have different landmarks and maybe like if you clicked on the landmark, you could see like a side view or a picture of that place and like visualize like flooding the water level coming up if
Yeah,
it
like a
gets
cutout.
inundated. Yeah. Yeah, there's
Really
a whole
cool.
bunch of other stuff you could expand with this. Like you could input a GIS layer for the landmarks in different places or like, whatever you want. GIS is great, and I think it's very could integrate a lot of different aspects to this. 2 minute warning.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the previous team talked about how they wanted to like patent stuff, and they were gonna move forward with that as like their, I guess, immediate business plans. What's next for you? Business related or not business related? What are you doing after the term?
Hmm. Well, after this term, I am taking a summer vacation, but
That's good.
Awesome.
yeah, after
Fingers
that,
crossed.
I'm not graduating quite yet. I have,
Oh,
yeah, I have like 3 more credits or something that I'm just
oh, okay.
do finish in the fall, then graduate. Then after that, I mean, I honestly don't have much planned out right now, but
That's a bit far away to have already planned. Yeah. Okay, that makes
yeah,
sense.
hopefully something in games, something creative, maybe something like this, a visualization of some sort of scientific data. I find that interesting.
So definitely a big field, interactive media and data visualization.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Kelly, is this when you do a plug for your company, which does like data viz and stuff like that, or what?
Well, I
Go
guess.
ahead.
Joking. But there's
Am I
a.
allowed to say that?
I mean, I was joking, but there's a big industry for that. That's what Kelly does for her day job, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I
So
do.
I'm sure I'll
Interactive
find someone that's
marketing.
interested. Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah.
Hi,
Love,
gang. I'm back.
welcome back, Dean.
um, so I'd like to thank Aidan for sharing his experience, and especially thank Tom and Kelly for their interview, and for sharing. And yeah, check out their tortoise cam um, on Twitter. Look for what's your. How do I find your tortoise cam on Twitter? Put it in the chat. Excellent.
There you
Or
go.
dot zone.
We will share that with everybody. There it is, the tort zone.
Yeah, yeah.
I like their tortoise. So we're gonna take a brief intermission and shuffle people around, and we'll be back with all new devs and all new projects.